Anne Hathaway is talking white privilege, and you really should listen.
Hi, do you like our show, Murder with Friends? If you said yes or no, you would be an excellent candidate to nominate us for a Streamy Award. We are going for a Streamy. Please nominate us for Best Nonfiction Series. It really helps us get to a season 3. Head over to tyt.com/StreamiesMWF. Vote every day until July 27th, because that's when it ends. So like now, vote now, please. Thank you, bye.
This morning, Anne Hathaway is calling out her own white privilege and that of others in the wake of the murder of Nia Wilson in the Bay Area. If you'll remember, 18-year-old Nia Wilson was stabbed to death. She was stabbed along with her sister on the platform of a BART train by a white man. And Hathaway posted something on Instagram, and it touches on everything from white privilege to accountability, black fear, and the harm of silence, all in the same message. I wanna read it to you because it's kind of long, but I think it's something you all should hear. She says, "The murder of Nia Wilson, may she rest in the power and peace she was denied here, is unspeakable and must not be met with silence. She is not a hashtag, she was a black woman and she was murdered in cold blood by a white man. White people, including me, including you, must take into the marrow of our privileged bones the truth that all black people fear for their lives daily in America and have done so for generations. White people do not have equivalents for this fear of violence. Given those givens, we must ask our white selves, how decent are we really? Not in our intent, but in our actions, in our lack of action. Peace and prayers and justice for Nia and the Wilson family." And she also noted at the bottom that comments for this post are closed, which is probably safe and respectful for all and her mental health and the Wilson family.
Well, Anne Hathaway's Instagram has been great for some time. I can't remember when I followed her, but it was pretty recently, but I'd seen her popping up on my discovery page just because she has captions like this that really draw you in and that I think are just like beautifully crafted. And I don't know, I was trying to imagine someone from outside of the conversation, how would you respond to reading that? And it's so empathetic and compassionate, and I just think she's great, and you should follow her because a lot of her posts are really socially conscious. So that's very cool that she uses her platform for that.
I agree. I think Anne Hathaway, just listening to that and also reading it, I think Anne Hathaway has been there. I'm sorry to say this, but sometimes I get a little peeved when a non-person of color wants to be a savior for people of color, because sometimes it comes across very self-serving and also sends a message that we as black people aren't capable of fending for ourselves. And I know that's not the message they're trying to portray in this instance with Anne Hathaway. I'm open to what she's saying because of how she worded it. I think out of all the people who tried to give a statement, like Jessica Chastain, and I think this is the most honest and earnest, if you will, I guess, from what I'm getting. But I love Anne Hathaway as well, and I think it's equally brave of her to step in and say that, because yeah, you could be a celebrity, you could have this privilege, but you also have an audience of people who like you that don't agree with what you have to say, and you still have to worry about your brand, your presence, what you're putting out there for your career, I guess. So for her to say, listen, like, white people, we have privilege, we wake up, see what's going on here, is pretty brave of her. And I think that's just as impressive as the message itself.
Yeah, I mean, it is a message to white people, like, and I hear that all the time. Everyone tries to like quibble with like this equivalency, like, oh, it's just like this thing that I did and that thing that I did. And it's just like not. Every time I hear a news story, it's just like, oh my God, I know so little about so much.